A lot of folk who talk about spirituality, about love, truth, etc., they often have a negative association with what is referred to as Western. So, for example, somebody might say, oh, the Western way of thinking is more ego-based, etc., this or that, and the Eastern philosophy is like a more spiritual or whatever it might be. Or that folk are too, remain too conditioned by westernized capitalism or whatever it might be. Ironically, for example, Western capitalism is the most spiritually enlightened and compassionate, wholesome economic system that's ever existed. Yet, obviously, there's some negative association revolved around things like Western capitalism. It's seen as bad, and even though it's the best economic system we've ever had on the planet, the fairest, nicest, there's hospitals in third world nations because of it, and babies have fresh drinking water and food in Africa, etc., because of it. The world's better off, and the people in the world are better than they've ever been before in human history because of the enlightened system of Western capitalism. So, my simple message to all folk who are seeking to be spiritual, especially those folk who seek to be, or are drawn naturally, without any personal desire, but have that calling naturally to be spiritual guides, spiritual assistants, spiritual teachers, etc., my simple message is, before preaching love, heal yourself and transcend within yourself that racial hatred, alright, that discrimination against innocent members of Westernkind, which you've learned and has been conditioned into you via the anti-white narrative. There's only one race on the planet at the moment in this current age that people are conditioned from birth everywhere on the planet to inherently hate and see as less than human, and that is Westernkind, the white race. We are the most discriminated, the most persecuted folk on the planet, to the point where a part of that discrimination and narrative is to say that we actually aren't, and the opposite is true, that we're somehow privileged when we're actually the worse off. So, if you wish to preach or teach or share, express love, pure love, true love, unconditional love, then you must, it's required, that you go free of that racial hatred that you've been conditioned with from birth. Again, if you're alive in the world today, you've been conditioned from birth to hate all white people and to hate yourself if you are a white person. And it's called the anti-white narrative. But again, I've noticed it with folk who are supposedly spiritual, supposedly trying to make the world a better place and heal the world, that they are still unconsciously promoting this psychological harm and damage and ingrained discrimination without even realizing that they're doing it. So they're unconsciously promoting discrimination based on the race of a people, and they aren't aware that they're doing so, while trying to promote love and peace and community. And that's why they have this cognitive dissonance, they have this stagnation, and they aren't able to take their full potential and to actually express it fully. They're hindered by this racial hatred that they hold on to for members of Westernkind, and themselves if they are members of Westernkind. Swagman etiquette. I packed up all of my stuff, collected all of my rubbish, and on top of that, not only you clean up after yourself as a swagman, you look around your area, there's rubbish from people who have come here before me. Left all in the side of the bush here. So, swagman etiquette. So beautiful out here.